scratch tickets online, and you could win $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, or $20,000. Hurry and jingle all the way to your nearest Nebraska Lottery retailer and have yourself a classic little Christmas with the whole family of Holiday Classic scratch tickets. Top prize odds vary by game.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is hiring and seeking motivated applicants. Gray offers a second-to-none benefit package that includes health, dental, vision, 401k, paid vacation, and paid holidays. They offer great pay and tuition reimbursement or a tool purchase program for qualified candidates. It's a fun, friendly team with lots of variety and work assignments, so there's something for everybody. View and apply for their job openings today at grayusa.com or visit them in person just off I-80 and North 56th Street. Come be a part of the Gray difference.
Old School with DP and J.
We got a special guest in. We got Jason Peters.
All that's being asked of you is everything. Like, you have to give everything that you have to that program, to that team. If you want to be a champion, that's the only way, right? I mean, you have to commit to every lifting session, every strength and conditioning session, during the summer, during the spring, whatever it may be. It just has to be 100% commitment by everybody.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back, everybody, live here in the Niko Project from 1 to 2 p.m. here on this lovely Sunday evening. I just got to say, man, huge shout out to Nebraska Volleyball. I had the great honor last night of being courtside to our amazing women. I mean, that game was an absolute thriller. I've never seen the Bob Devaney Center that packed ever. I mean, everybody was engaged in the game. I was literally courtside right behind the man himself, Coach John Cook, and it was just all in all an insane experience. And I actually got an exclusive clip here for you here to guys. As you guys know, or if you don't know, there's a really good jerky shop here in Lincoln, Nebraska called Smoking Gun Jerky. It is located right next to the Target there near O Street. And I think that it's the best jerky in all of Lincoln, Nebraska. I've had a few beef jerkies throughout my entire life. I was never a big beef jerky fan until I came to this shop. Like I said before, Smoking Gun Jerky. And the cool thing about this jerky shop is, I mean, they love our student athletes. I mean, we bring in athletes to the shop all the time, and we do cool stuff like I'm about to show you here, guys, today. A few months ago, I shot a YouTube video of my track teammate Nick, and then two of the volleyball girls, Andy and Lainey. You guys obviously know them from these past few performances. They've been killing it. I mean, they're freshmen here on the big stage, about to compete for a national championship in the Final Four. And so this challenge I'm going to share with you guys is the Hot Smoking Gun Jerky Challenge. And so we went up, we had a contest for a cash prize, and each of us tried a different type of jerky from smallest to biggest. If you've ever seen the Hot Jerky Challenge or the Hot Wing Challenge with all the celebrities, we basically recreated that, but at this jerky shop here. So I'm going to go ahead and play this YouTube video here for you guys. It's going to be about 15 minutes, and then we'll reconvene after that. Enjoy.
Oh!
You guys see stars?
Kind of just multiply it by 10 of the Reaper mash.
My eyes are watering, and my face is sweating. My nose is running, but I'm feeling good. I think I'm going to win.
Hi, my name is Nicholas Bryant, aka Nick Quick. We're here in the Smoking Gun shop, and we're actually about to do the Smoking Gun Jerky Challenge. And we got our contestants here, 3 contestants, Niko, Andy, and Lainey. Please, can you introduce yourselves to the camera?
Hi, my name is Niko. I'm a sophomore, and I'm a mid-distance runner for the UNL track and field team.
Hi, I'm Andy. I'm a freshman, and I'm a middle blocker on the volleyball team from Brighton, Colorado.
I'm Lainey. I'm from North Carolina, and I'm a libero on the Nebraska volleyball team.
So with the Smoking Gun Hot Jerky Challenge, it kind of consists of all these flavors of jerkies, of course. Of course, we have a Wicked Awesome, all the way to the Devil's Heat, to the Grim Reaper, to the Can't Fix Stupid, to Complete Idiot. And with this challenge, we're kind of having components of eating each piece and going up the line. So with this, you gotta eat all through, no milk. Of course, we have the milk, of course, just in case actually one of the contestants feels as if they can't eat no more. And then, so with that, once they drink the milk, they're automatically eliminated from the prize, which consists of money. And we will see who kind of lasts the longest. We kind of, it's a will of a challenge. So it's kind of a mental and physical battle. So they're here to have fun, and let's actually get started. So With the Smoking Gun Jerky Challenge, we'll start off with the Wicked Awesome first. This one consists of ingredients of cayenne, Tabasco, Lizzo to the name. So, yeah, let's say that.
Did you say that right?
Yeah, I think I did. Just see the smell.
It smells great.
Here we go. Oh, wait. But we will be asking questions while they talk and eat, so we kind of get a discussion and feel for who our contestants are, not only as athletics, but also as people as well. So, yeah. Good?
Ready?
All right.
Oh.
It's not bad at all.
That's
No,
so
it's
good,
good.
actually.
It's good.
Let's go.
It's really good.
So, Laney, kind of just tell us your position and kind of how you kind of fit in the role of coming into college as a freshman coming out of high school. How you been feeling?
So I'm obviously a freshman. We graduated early. I'm a libero DS, and I think coming out of high school, like especially like our class, we come out like being the best in like our class. So then when you come here, you're not the best. It's competitive and it's fun and it's exciting to have people to compete with.
This one is habanero to the extreme, in quotes. Y'all grab it.
I'll just eat this. You're good.
Got it.
Oh, that's a little small.
I'll just eat the whole thing.
That's a little small. You're
Alright,
looking at
Yeah,
yourself.
y'all interchange that.
You don't gotta eat the whole thing.
Make sure you're comfortable while you eat it, because it's the piece you eat.
Cool. Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
And make sure everyone gets like an equal piece of bite, because someone might have a small piece to a big piece, and that kind of ruins the whole
How you guys
competition.
feeling?
It's hot.
Already, honey?
Yeah.
We're only on the second level.
It's only the second level.
I'm chilling.
I got a question for you guys.
Okay.
How is it, perspective-wise, coming here and being at one of like the top volleyball schools in the nation? Like, can you kind of walk us through like what it's like practicing with the team and everything, just the culture?
Yeah, so coming early, it's definitely super competitive. It's a change from like high school and club.
Take your time.
So it's definitely like a big jump, like the level of volleyball and just the whole atmosphere. But I think it really just motivates you to want to do good. And being around a team that's so high level, you just kind of learn to, I don't know, like you just adapt really. And so when you go in, jump into drills, and then just learn, like use it all to your advantage. If you have coaches that good, resources this good, just use it to your advantage and adapt to it.
And my question also is you, Andy. Coming in third, number 3, middle block in the nation. We kind of did our homework for this term. So, yeah,
I can tell.
we kind of did our homework. So third, middle block in the nation in high school. Kind of tell me, what is the energy coming in from the high school to college scene, especially being ranked in the nation? Like, what's the transition with that?
Yeah, so the transition is good. I went unranked until my junior year of high school, so
Yeah.
until I had made the national team, I wasn't on any list. So that was definitely like a motivator for me. And then once I became ranked, it was, obviously I was ranked number 3 coming in. So it's motivating because you don't want to be number 3, you want to be number 1.
Of course.
So coming in, it's really just like grind, become number 1, do your best, and just learn everything you can, be the best.
Of course it was.
You guys are recruited early too, right?
For me personally, I didn't start volleyball until my freshman year, so I was recruited pretty late. I know Nebraska didn't even call me until June 15th of the recruiting date, so it was a little bit later than most people.
Oof, that's awesome. Now we're here doing the hot jerky challenge.
So let's get into the third one. Grim Reaper, guys. Grim Reaper, Carolina Reaper Pepper.
England.
No, it's not bad until like, you just swallow the jerky.
You're welcome.
Try to take a little bite on this one so that
Okay.
we can make it through the challenge.
All right.
Oh, I'm making it to the challenge.
We're just gonna take
Okay,
a-
how much are you taking? One.
Not that much.
Just a small bit.
Okay.
You better go.
Oh, I took too much. Shoot. I really, it doesn't feel as bad at first, and then it just
off
hits.
the rip, it's not that bad.
Of course.
It's good.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just like that. And then actually, while everything kind of processes, it gets worse.
Landy, can you kind of walk us through what it felt like in 2021, where the U18 team took bronze at the World Championships?
You talk to us about
You
that.
did some real research.
We did a little homework prior.
Yeah, so internationally, like, they don't have a college system. So, like, in Italy and, like, France and all these places, they start training for, like, the Olympics when they're like 12. So like we have a college system, so like we have a national team, but they train together year round.
Yeah.
We have about 2 weeks to train together before we go competing against these other teams that have been playing together for years. So we come in a little bit behind the 8 ball, but obviously like USA volleyball is just amazing. We won gold in the Olympics, so like we're really good and we can catch up. But I think taking bronze, like obviously you don't want to take bronze, you want to win. And we won the Pan Am Cup in 2022.
Yeah.
But Worlds is just a different level of volleyball. Like you go and you see these girls that have been playing this level, and the ball is different, like the atmosphere is different, everything's so different. And I don't know, I think like we might not have the opportunity to play this year just because of like the timing of when we go to Brazil and stuff. But I think if we were to take this team, we'd compete for gold. And I believe that.
I definitely that team cohesion they've been having since they're at 12, and y'all competing like with a couple of months in advance. So it's like that's a whole different type of thing.
And like with the pipeline, like a lot of us have played together before, but like obviously some new girls come in. So Andy's first year was this last year, and like she was a big part of the team. So like people come and go, and so you have some of the same players. I've been playing with some of them, like Becca on the Nebraska team. Like I've been playing with her for probably 4 years, like on national teams and stuff. And I don't know, like you know them, but it's just different when you play with them every single day.
Exactly.
You know, you get that chemistry going.
Exactly, because you actually have to work together to actually get to some achieve goals. So it's kind of a whole different type of vibe. And also, I'll ask a question for Niko, one of the contestants as well. This is actually your first whole season from indoors to outdoors because of your previous injury from last year, your freshman year. So this is actually your first full coming in of track. So tell me, how's that been, especially being your teammate, kind of seeing it from an outside perspective. How's that kind of been for you?
It's been awesome having you as a teammate every single day to push me. You coming off last season of you being a 4x4 Big Ten champion. So I knew the standard was already set super high.
Of course.
So obviously we want to try to recreate history. Unfortunately, indoor, we took second. We weren't able to do that.
Of course.
But outdoor, I believe that we can make that happen. I believe we can make nationals as a team. And I'm just happy to be here, man. Happy to compete with the best. Next jerky. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of dying right now.
I have a tear forming in the corner of my eye.
So the name for this jerky is actually number 4, Can't Fix Stupid. And for this one, it combination of Reaper, Ghost, and Habanero. So.
I'm gonna die.
Can't fix stupid?
Can't Fix Stupid.
Alright.
Habanero.
You can't fix it.
And Ghost.
Damn. Oh, it went in my nose.
Take your time, take your time.
You gotta stop laughing.
I shouldn't have laughed. My eyes are watering.
Take your time, Okay.
It's in my nose.
How did you swallow it so fast?
It's in my nose now though.
It's okay. Just you gotta keep breathing through. Because your body's gonna start naturally trying to help you.
Don't help her out. This is for $100.
Yeah. Your body's gonna naturally come help you though. It's needed.
Stop helping her out.
It's okay.
I'm crying.
It's right there.
Good.
For this next question is gonna be kind of like a duo question.
Okay.
You guys are both answer. Just tell me when you guys are ready.
We're ready.
Okay. So kind of coming in, all you guys are recruits coming out. Y'all all kind of know each other. Y'all
Recruits?
as coming in as recruits, and this is kind of a young group of girls y'all feel like y'all have. So with that, what do you guys feel as if the cohesion is gonna be like, especially since y'all all been playing each other for a good minute?
I mean, you can already tell with our few practices that we've had indoor and even beach, like the connections and the just chemistry on the court are insane. Like I would say we came in and I think it helped that we all had the same idea, like we're gonna be the best, we're gonna work to get where we need to be. And so with like that mentality and then coming in and we had already known each other, like the chemistry on the court is just unreal.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't even be able to tell that we're all new freshmen.
Yeah, I mean, there's 5 of us, so like that's a huge portion of the team. We're a pretty big class.
Exactly.
And we have like one person in each position. So like one time when we were at practice, I literally looked at the court and I was like, this is all freshmen on the court right now. And so like we're competing and like we want to be the best and we know that we're young, and to win a national championship this young, we have no seniors on the team. It's gonna be so difficult, but
keep going, take your time.
We came in like had all played together before, so I think like that was a big part of it, and like we all knew each other. Like I committed late because I was committed somewhere else first, and as soon as I committed, like they all called me and like we're just super supportive of that. So we all are a super close class, and you can tell.
I'm struggling. Niko, now you're struggling.
Niko, this one I actually got it now. So this is the complete idiot, and actually let's just get into the kind of description. It's a kind of just multiply it by 10 of the reaper mash. So it's kind of already multiplied of already stuff. So it's like a combination of all the spices. You just multiply it upon each other.
Okay.
So we ready?
Yes.
You're like saliva. Like it's just getting hotter, you know.
Yeah, every time people willingly buy this stuff.
A few moments later.
What's kind of being athletes, kind of what goes into being just kind of as an individual? Because you know we all have those athletic cliches we all do. Kind of what makes you up as an individual that you still kind of.
I have no idea what you're saying.
Oh, I'll repeat the question. So being athletes, we all have those cliches, those things we do, and the things we kind of continue on with, being mentally and physically strong. Kind of how you guys personally kind of persevere through everything.
You know, I just try to take it day by day. As an athlete, you know, there's a lot of ups and downs you got to go through with school, track, drama, life. I just try to take it day by day and not think too far into the future and don't dwell on the past. Because I feel like that's how a lot of mental health issues start. But as long as you're having fun in your sport and doing good in school, everything's going to take care of itself.
For me personally, I am super strong in my faith, so just knowing that my value comes from who I am as a person and not what I'm doing in my sport, and that I can always lean on the Lord whenever I need it, through the good and the bad, it really helps me. And then also like my family and my friends, like how Lainey said, our team is definitely very tight, like we have a lot of really good connections, so going to your team or your family when you need help and just having those relationships outside of volleyball.
Please repeat the question. I think like I'm the only one of the freshmen that live by myself. Like I don't live with another volleyball player. I live with track athletes. And so like sometimes I'm like, dang, like I wish I lived with like a volleyball player because like they'll go places, they'll go get food or whatever, and like I'm in my room by myself. But at the end of the day, like
Take your time.
Oh, did you do the whole thing?
Yeah, everyone does everything. Andy, it's just
Oh, the flavor's really bad.
the flavor or the
They're spicy.
sorry.
Have you ever seen this before, Mr.?
No, not.
I think you guys are in new territory of just like a domain. I don't think anybody has done this before, especially
I'm a
taking
little
these big
dizzy. You guys see stars?
all three athletes. I mean, like you guys are really just hanging in each way. Like Andy's like having no effect with it, like kind of just showing all her physical and mental emotions, just keeping them inside. And you too, Lainey. So just, I feel like
So
you guys
just
split
listening.
3 ways at this point, because y'all just hanging in. One, cheers up.
I think I'm gonna cry.
Oh, this one's already worse.
Talk about Niko.
See, I like when you roll up your sleeves, like you do it in practice, like you locked in, you rolled them up earlier.
I did roll them up, they just fell down.
Alright.
Oh, that one was bad.
Nico, tap out.
Tap out, come on.
Okay,
Come on.
try to
Tap out.
Tap out, Nico.
This being a 3-way tie.
Look at that
is gonna
milk
be
right there,
interesting.
waiting for you. Right there.
So let's.
The $100 prize will be split up against 3 ways against these 2 contestants. You guys all 3 made it through, and made it through something that not many of challenges have. They all took a piece and multiple or more of just talking about who they are as athletes and doing the hot drinking challenge. We want to thank also as well Smoking Gun Jerky, the company, just for sponsoring this whole event. Sponsoring the whole event and bringing these athletes here, and also sponsoring the money as well. Just thank them and thank the company. Thank you.
All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. This video was recorded in the spring of last year, I believe. I think it was in April that we went in and had the volleyball girls come in. And so this was our first time, doing something like this with Lainey and Andy before their seasons even started. And as you guys can see, they're absolutely killing it this whole entire season, going into the Final Four. And that video was done at Smoking Gun Jerky. And so we went up all the way. I think the name of the hottest jerky was Can't Fix Stupid. And yeah, they just threw the hottest things possible. I don't even know what even went into the jerky, but it tasted like you were eating just a bunch of knives, just chewing on knives or chewing on glass. And if you touched your eyes started burning, your nose is leaking, everything was hurting. And I think I went on a 4-mile run later that day as well, and I was just absolutely just dying. I mean, like that thing will turn your stomach inside out. So if you're looking for something fun to do during the holidays or willing to prank a friend, go to Smoking Gun Jerky and buy the hottest one. I believe it's called Can't Fix Stupid. So we're going to go ahead and send this to break, and we're going to come back talking a little bit about finance in today's World Athletics. Catch you after this break.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer, invites you to attend our upcoming Parts and Service Expo events. It's the best time to buy parts all year. Take advantage of specials December 6th through the 15th with additional savings the day of your local expo. Find savings on oil and filters, gifts for under the tree, and most pre-ordered John Deere parts. Visit with our trained and certified technicians and sign up for our service specials. Don't miss out. It only comes around once a year at your local Landmark Implement. Visit landmarkimp.com/events for a complete schedule of our expo events and experience the Landmark difference.
I'm Steve Carper, and I'm here to tell you that there's never been a better time to buy flooring. Whether you need carpet, wood flooring, ceramic tile, vinyl, area rugs, or custom blinds, you got to come to O Street Carpet. With our 12-month interest-free financing, you can do one room or your whole house and leave your holiday budget intact. And with our huge in-stock selection, you can buy today and we'll install it right away. 1732 O Street. We want to make you a customer for life.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. There are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. But delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Hello, this is Mary Pat Waite. I've had the privilege of working with Lincoln families as their realtor for more than 31 years. And I'm so proud to be associated with MP Dodge Real Estate. For me, your transaction is unique in its own way. My experience allows me to bring you trusted care and a really great outcome. My NP Dodge family shares the same client focus.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Muchachos has been Lincoln's leader for New Mexican barbecue for a few years now, and they've expanded into Omaha. That's right, you can get all your favorites like the pipeline burrito with 3 meats, rice, beans, queso, and crushed chips, or any of their great taco options in Lincoln or Omaha. Plus, they want to give back, as the Malachi Coleman Giverito, a 2-meat hatchback burrito, gives proceeds to the Fly Like Kai Foundation for the Lincoln foster care community. Stop by Muchachos in Lincoln at 11th and L or in Omaha at 1258 South 13th Street.
Southeast Community College invites you to check out our spaces ahead of your official campus visit. Our virtual campus tours let you see our campuses and learn more about our programs of study. Then you can schedule your individual visit in person or virtually. Virtual tours of our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, or Milford, and our learning centers are online at southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
Today's agenda includes office meetings this morning, followed by a client lunch, then back to the office for another meeting, and ending the day with a presentation at a client's office. When you are on the go, you need an office phone that goes with you. At Hamilton, our business phone systems make it easy to sync your office phone features to your cell phone for quick and seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you need better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
This is Rick Heyman from Sartor Heyman Jewelers, inviting you to our new outlet jewelry store at 12th and O in downtown Lincoln. Amazingly, we still have fabulous items we bought 1 year ago and beyond. Well, you know what an outlet store is. Unbeatable prices throughout the store. Closeouts up to 70% off. Don't delay. When it's gone, it's gone. You won't see everything on our website, so you gotta come in. The Outlet by Sartor Heyman, where luxury and affordability meet. Opening November 25th in Lincoln at 12th and O.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. Back to The Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Niko Project, live here every single Sunday from 1 to 2 p.m. Previously, before this, we went ahead and showcased the two volleyball girls, Andy Jackson and Lainey Choboy, doing the Smoking Gun Hot Jerky Challenge. They went in, had the lowest heat jerky all the way up to the hottest one, named Can't Fix Stupid. That was a pretty fun challenge we did this past spring. And we're going to transition a little bit going forward. So something we want to I want to get into is, NIL and professional athletes nowadays getting paid, also collegiate athletes getting paid. Previously, about 2 years ago, I did a podcast with a former volleyball player, and it was in 2021 where NIL was this new thing. It was the first year they've ever done it before. And she was a fifth-year senior in college, and she was just saying how unfortunate it was how her last year was when you were able to start getting paid. But the way she mentioned it was like, if you've managed your money right as an NIL athlete or as an athlete in general, you're going to be able to be financially set for a very long time after college. And I'm like, man, like that must be nice, because as a track athlete, there's really no type of NIL deal, any NIL motion coming my direction when it comes financially. And I didn't really understand that at first until I started seeing these football players and these other athletes throughout the NCAA start getting paid. And, jumping to the highest level, looking at Shohei Ohtani's deal of him getting $700 million in a 10-year contract. I mean, that's $2 a minute. I believe it's like $120, or sorry, $2 a second, $120 a minute. And in an hour, it's around like $8K. I mean, money for professional athletes nowadays, money through NIL is just insane. And previously, I believe last week, there was an idea that was thrown out on our channel from the morning show by a former Nebraska coach, Bill Bush. And it was him mentioning an idea of putting Venmo on the screen of Memorial Stadium. So let's say a Nebraska player would score a touchdown. He puts up his Venmo on the screen and say, pay that man right there for obviously making the touchdown. You could pay the quarterback. Basically, it'd be mid-game promotion, mid-game making money. And I genuinely don't know how I would feel about this. Football is a team sport. There's 11 guys in the field. My biggest thing about creating NIL as a new incentive-based thing is like, how's this going to affect the teammates? Is the locker room dynamic going to be thrown off? Is it going to change motivation? It almost seems as though when players get paid or when they were working towards something for so long, they kind of become dormant. They kind of become stagnant once they reach that level. So let's say their goal was to get to 50 million, and then they end up getting to 60, and then their drive kind of goes away. Their motivation, their reasoning on why they're doing it just kind of crumbles. I mean, throw your text and throw your ideas in the text line here, 402-464-5685. But me personally, as an athlete, I mean, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, financially, yes, that'd be absolutely amazing to go in, to absolutely be balling financially. But I feel like college football has already changed so much within these past 4 to 5 years. All the rules with, the head injuries, all the new injuries with the turf. I mean, there's so many different things and so many moving parts. But making NIL and turning it on his head like this is just insane to me. I don't know. I mean, Harrison, if you don't mind jumping in on this, I mean, what is your kind of thought process, about this idea of, quick bucks mid-game, throwing up your Venmo on the screen? I mean, what do you think? Do you think it's going to be a good idea for college football?
I think it's a hilarious idea, but it'd go south so fast. I think I like the idea, but we were kind of talking about it a little bit off air here. What happens when you have a bad play? What happens?
Take the money.
And, so if you get the sack, does the other guy get credited for the pressure? If you get the reception, how much does the quarterback get for the throw?
Right.
There's a lot of, with a team game like football, there's so many, it's an 11-man game. Everyone's got to be doing their part. If there is a successful play, if the running back rushes, for X amount, he has a 100-yard game, 2 touchdowns, does the lineman get a certain chunk of that change?
Right.
The conversation just kind of keeps going on. And like, how many people are you going to include in this? And it's going to get to a point of like, how much money are we spending? Because if you're giving X amount of dollars, what if you had what LSU's offense had this year with Jaden Daniels? Their defense wasn't great, but if you had LSU's offense, Jaden Daniels would be making an unreal amount of money. So it'd just be tough. Like, I like the idea, but the ideal construction for me with these contracts is every player, you get X amount of dollars, NIL, for being part of the team and being on the roster. Scholarship guys, obviously, here's X amount of dollars. And then you set up incentives just like they do in all the pro sports, because that's where we're at. Like, we're basically treating these college kids like pro athletes with the pay. That's fine. I don't have any problems with it, but we might as well start treating it like it and incentivize these contracts to, you have a player, you brought him in, he's an edge rusher. Okay, if you hit X amount of sacks, that second half of that NIL will kick in, or last quarter if it will kick in. But here's a base start. And if you meet X, Y, and Z goals that we set up for you, then you'll get the rest of the NIL. And if you over exceed, here's some bonus money. So I think if you set it up that way, because the mid game, that would just be absolute chaos. And I would hate, we talked about off break, like, how's that going to affect performance?
Right.
Because you might just be going for the bag and you might just take a risk. Let me grab this pick right here, try to jump this route. You
Right.
end up getting burned, giving up an easy 6 because you saw it's like, I might get a quick 2K here if I can jump this route. It would be a lot. You would hope the players aren't thinking about the money, but come on, if it's like $2,000 on the line or $1,000 for getting a sack and all that, that's going to be pretty hard to stay within yourself and play the game. So cool idea. It'd be hilarious, but it actually working out, I don't see that happening.
It's difficult. It's difficult. I mean, think about it from a recruiting standpoint as well. I mean, if you go to a university, I mean, like Nebraska, and you know that financially, we are pretty well off. And if you come here just for financial reasons and really don't give any type of concern or any type of care for playing football, I mean, that is an actual reality. Going to a school just to get paid and really not even caring. I mean, growing up, kids had ambitions of just going to the NFL, and that's where you get paid. College football used to be pure passion just because of the fact that they wouldn't get paid, because they knew at the next level, that's where they can buy their mom the house, the car, be financially stable, was getting to the NFL. But now it's almost like that's almost been reversed. It's like, all right, if I can just make it to college, I'll be financially set, because it almost is better. Think about it. I mean, if NIL keeps on moving forward in the direction that it's already going, they're going to be absolutely financially set. I mean, they're going to have no motivation to even have to go to the NFL. And let's say, they do a certain dance after the touchdown, right? Or if they go on social media and do something crazy and they go viral for something completely not even related to football, and they just get their name out there. I mean, people are going to be absolutely just losing their minds over this. And something else me and Harrison also mentioned off the air too. I mean, think about primetime games as well. During this past season, I think Wisconsin was our biggest game. It was prime time. I think it was like Saturday night or Friday night.
Yeah, I got it on ABC Peacock.
Yeah, ABC Peacock, right? And so that's going to be streamed all throughout America. And let's think about some all-time moments. I mean, think about when Auburn had that kick return against Alabama. And let's say we're in the same NIL era that we are right now, plus this little Venmo idea we have brewing up. I mean, how much money would that have returned or made just off of that one play of beating Bama and that amazing rivalry? I mean, he probably would have walked away, I think, no less than $100,000 that night, just with everybody all throughout America watching. I mean, there's definitely some millionaires out there or people who have that type of money to just throw it at the game. And I don't know. I just think that this is moving faster than anybody can have it imagined. I mean, you got NIL deals with Lamborghini. You got NIL deals with big brands like Nike and Adidas. I mean, this has become college football already was a cutthroat business, but adding the financial aspect to this as well, where players have potential to be making more than the coaches, I just don't think, a 19, 18, 20, 21-year-old, 22-year-old, I don't think it's going to matter. And plus, too, what if they also want a redshirt for specific reasons, too? What if they purposely get injured, or you're making up an injury just to stay in college longer? I mean, we've already seen it with COVID. COVID has forced players to get an extra year or two out of it. I mean, who's to say that this isn't going to stop that? This is going to make, think about this, a high schooler coming out of high school, he's coming into college, he just turns 19, and he's going against 25, 26-year-olds because they just played the system better. They finessed it. Like, how is that even fair?
It's not. You see it a lot too, right?
Exactly.
There's a lot of these football teams where it's tough. You got a 19-year-old going against a 27, 26-year-old linebacker or corner out there, safety. Let me ask you this, though. With the NIL money, playing devil's advocate here, I don't know if there's a right or wrong answer to it, but do you get worried about just the college feel and how maybe losing a little bit of just representing the university, and it's turning more about representing your individual product?
I do. I think that's a huge factor going into it. I mean, as I mentioned before, I mean, when Johnny Manziel was playing, I mean, he wasn't playing for any money at first. I mean, he did stick by the book at the beginning. I mean, not towards the end when things started getting crazy. I mean, he wasn't accepting money right when he got to the university. I mean, he took his time, but I mean, he was just happy to be a Texas A&M Aggie, and that dude was doing things the right way. Yeah, he was a partier. Yeah, he was crazy off the field. But when you would turn on that TV on Saturdays, they wanted to see Johnny Football, because Johnny Football represented the university well. He took university like A&M in a very vulnerable year and absolutely rewrote their entire narrative for the future. I mean, they obviously have done a bunch of renovations to the stadium, and people to this day are still talking about Johnny Football and everything he's done. Yeah, he didn't have a successful NFL career, but now we're in the era are like, all right, we're bringing NFL money to college football. What's going to happen now? People in social media now, it seems like everybody now has their own social media like brand. Everybody is representing themselves, like you mentioned before. Everyone has their own website. Everyone has their own promo code. I mean, there's so many different ways to make money. You can create your own business online now. I mean, Shopify. There's so many moving parts now. But I genuinely think with college football players, I don't think that we have enough financial literacy just, of being a 20 and 21-year-old. Because think about it. I mean, you're a football player. You're going to practice for most of the day. You got film. You got weights. You got the stresses of traveling. You have so many different factors. And then plus, let's give this dude $1 million to $1.5 million a year. try to handle all that. I mean, people are going to lose their mind.
Well, like school too, right? Can you imagine?
And school.
Like
the biggest part I forgot. And
how much are you looking at your grades when you have
you don't even care.
X amount of dollars in the bank?
You're probably paying off the teachers at that point.
Seriously. Like it's crazy how much. So like that's always where I get worried about it not being so much about the university anymore. And like I want these kids to still graduate because I think it's a smart, like you're getting free scholarship, right?
Right.
Go get your degree. But I mean, I know what I was like. If I had that much money, I don't know if I finish. Are you kidding me?
I don't care if I finish.
I start buying houses in Lincoln and I'm like, cool.
Start buying assets.
While I'm in college, I could literally own real estate and just make my business right then and there and not even worry about the college element.
Right.
It's interesting. I do get worried about it degrading a little bit. But I also like that the players are getting paid.
Yeah.
Like way too long for that to happen.
Do you think that it has to be regulated though? Do you think that we've ran a little, we've gotten off a little too fast with this? I mean, we've bitten off a little bit more than we can chew with NIL. I mean, think about this. We're only up like a year and a half to 2 years into this NIL thing. This is entirely new. This is like the internet, bro. I mean, we just struck gold. I mean, where do you see this thing going in the future?
It's going to get messier before it gets better, I think. I mean, we just saw Dylan Gabriel hit the portal.
Yep.
Why? You're at Oklahoma. You were on a good team. You were the man at Oklahoma. Your team is going to play in the SEC now, so that's even more visibility. And you still hit the portal. Why? Probably because there's a bigger bag out there. Maybe you really, really like a coach. If I'm trying to be optimistic about it, he left for coaching reasons. He wanted to follow his guy out there. But to me, it just looks like I'm going to go to another spot and collect another NIL deal because I'm probably one of the best quarterbacks in this portal right now. And I know that someone is going to pay big money up front just to get me on their roster.
Yep.
I can't hate on him for it. Hey, if I can get $1.5 million just for switching teams, Oklahoma's not going to repay him. They might, but they're going to have to compete with everyone else.
Right.
So it's like you have to ante up your NIL deal once again. And we're seeing that everywhere now. So that's where it gets a little concerning, but that's the NCAA's problem. Like that one, not their problem, their fault. They wanted to drag their feet on this NIL stuff. So there's no real organization. California basically just gives them the middle finger and saying, we're going to start paying our players, deal with it. And, NCAA scrambles. Everyone else gets on board. They can't do anything about it. Now the toothpaste is out of the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck trying to get that back in there. Like you can't, now it has to get worse before it gets better. So maybe this was the season where it did get worse. But I just think this is going to be a weird and interesting problem for a long time. Because when you go on 3, it'll give you, oh, this is what this guy's NIL number is. Where are we pulling those numbers from?
Yeah.
Apparently, Nebraska at one point in time was this premier NIL landscape where we were here and we have like the most money out of anybody in the Big Ten. Reality says maybe it really isn't that way. Maybe we're actually more closer towards the middle. Like, I don't know how anyone really calculates these numbers with this NIL stuff, with the On3. It's basically who's got richer donors, who's got people who are going to slide money under the table, which is legal now. It's a hell of a lot better than, losing your career over a free McDonald's or a tattoo. But
a signature.
Yeah, it can definitely be messy at times. And I think it's probably going to get a little worse yet. I give it one more season of some weird things happening, but they're getting paid. I think you just got to set it up base salary and incentives. And there has to be some sort of cap on it.
Right.
Like you almost got to put a salary cap on these college universities because of what's stopping teams with heavy donors just from dominating college football simply because they have more money than you.
Exactly.
Like that's not the college football dream. That's where, to me, it gets away from, the real college football feel. It was always kind of that way with the, some programs have way better facilities. There's some financial edge to their uniforms, all the small stuff, all the cool incentives they get. But as far as like where it's at now you can just straight up pay for a better team. And if you're an unfortunate group that maybe you don't have the best donors, you don't have the biggest fan base, you'll probably never scratch the surface of being an elite team.
I know.
Unless you're an incredible coach with incredible development, the best guys just won't come to you because even if you do get, a Max Brosmer from the FCS, he dominates, has an incredible season. He's going straight to Power 5 because better opportunity and he can get paid a lot more money. Dylan Gabriel, I talked about it. Great quarterback. Let me jump ship because I'm going to get some more money. Like now you're Oklahoma and you're like, great, let us go find our new stud quarterback. That's probably not going to be as good as Gabriel.
Yep.
Like even if you are an elite university like Oklahoma, you're still losing the money battle. It's just crazy. So that's got to get organized. I think you do got to put some sort of cap on it just to keep it somewhat fair. How you do that with these kids, they can make their own money. But as far as the universities paying their money, I think you got to have some sort of caps on this because it's going to get to an insane level. And those schools that aren't as fortunate to have that bag with the donors to flash at these players, they're just never going to be elite. Maybe once in a blue moon, like when Northwestern won the Big Ten West,
right?
But or the Big Ten as a whole. Excuse me. Shout out Northwestern for doing that to Ohio State that one year. But that's kind of my worry about it. Like I just think some of these schools that aren't as fortunate with the donors, maybe they're not a blue blood. Like good luck. It's going to be a tough era for those guys.
This is like playing Madden without a salary cap. I mean, really think about it for a second. If you have 85 scholarships to give out as a university to all these players, right? Let's say we give out 85 scholarships, and then the donors go ahead and kick it in as well. We're gonna go match that. We're gonna throw like, let's say like 30 million. Let's like we get like 50 or 60 donors together. We're gonna go like $30 million worth of NIL, worth of incentives, worth of things to get these players to these universities. At that point, what's going to stop Alabama from coming in and just ruling college football for the next 20, 30, even 40 years with that type of money, that type of capital, and that type of power? As Harrison mentioned before, you can buy yourself the next national championship team. We're going to send us to break here, and we're going to go ahead and close off this podcast here in the next 20 minutes or so.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Gary with Gary Michaels Clothiers Lincoln. I'm here to tell you about our custom shirt program. When you come into the store, we measure your chest, mid-waist, and sleeve length. Enter the measurements in an app, and we create your data fit size. You then try on one of our 99 data fit shirts for the proper fit. After that, pick out the fabric, collar, cuff, placket, and in roughly 2 weeks, your shirts are delivered at the same cost of buying off the rack. And by the way, the neck fits too. Gary Michaels Custom Shirts at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
An installer of the best landscape lighting. Tailored Lights is excited to highlight the architecture of your home or business and provide a warm environment that feels safe. And for those outside the Lincoln area, they do ship across the country and are happy to work with anyone near or far with lights anywhere from 18 inches to 110 inches. Enhance your curb appeal with an exquisite tailored light today. Call 402-432-2572 or go to tailoredlights.com.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
So, I just got the State Farm Personal Price Plan on my car insurance.
So you told your agent you play the bagpipes for your dog?
What? No, I didn't get that personal. My agent just helped me create an affordable price just for me. Okay, let me show you what I've been working on. Hey, Buster!
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krekak, at 402-474-1173.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Hello, this is Mary Pat Waite. I've had the privilege of working with Lincoln families as their realtor for more than 31 years, and I'm so proud to be associated with MP Dodge Real Estate. For me, your transaction is unique in its own way. My experience allows me to bring you trusted care and a really great outcome. My NP Dodge family shares the same client focus.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's home service ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
I'm Sergeant Jones with the Nebraska State Patrol. Driving drunk puts everyone on the road at risk. In Nebraska, over 30% of all roadway fatalities occur in alcohol-related crashes, and every one of those could have been prevented. The decision to give your keys to a sober driver could be the decision that prevents a roadway tragedy. Help keep Nebraska roads safe and always drive sober. This message is presented by the Nebraska State Patrol and the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here live on the Niko Project for the last 5 minutes from 1 to 2 p.m. We are here every single Sunday talking sports, talking life. College athlete here at the University of Nebraska. I run track. I do the 800, 600, and 4x4. But today, we're diving into a little bit of a different subject. We're talking about NIL. We're talking about donors. We're talking about money flowing in and out of college athletics, out of college sports. Recently on the news, I mean, you've seen a lot of talk about this new Venmo idea going up. A player scores a touchdown. His Venmo goes up on the big screen at any university. Fans and anybody watching the game on live television go ahead and play that player on the spot. What good does this bring? What bad does this bring? And everything in between. I mean, we're talking about how NIL has, been so innovative throughout these past years, these last 2 years, just in recruiting wise. I mean, people are leaving and transferring universities and going to specific universities just because the money's right. I think college football has definitely changed its atmosphere because of this. I mean, if you put, this financial era that we're in for NIL and place it in different time periods, I think the script gets turned on its head. I think everything changes completely. I think that, like Harrison said before, it's going to get a lot worse before it gets a lot better. And I'm going to go ahead and read I'm going to let Harrison read some of the comments in this chat. We got some pretty good comments here in our live section.
Yeah, so off of YouTube. And again, if you guys just want to rewatch on any of the streams, YouTube's the best bet. But Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Allo Channel 951, of course, as always. But again, we got this one from Nooner talking about it getting worse before it gets better. The cost of developing and retaining also increases exponentially when the big names are demanding high dollars coming in. Mm-hmm. And that's been a pattern, right? We went from, man, we're paying a quarterback 6 figures to just play for us on an NIL deal to 1.7 million seems reasonable. Like, you can argue if it's fair or not, but to me, again, that's why I'm like, maybe we should get a cap involved. Like, it's your money to make, but I don't know how great I feel about all the donor money just going into college football players. Different era. Maybe I'm wrong on that one. We do have Dion saying, meanwhile, the university is short 58 million, but donors will spend 500 million on the end zone. Again, this is where it gets kind of weird, right? It's just we're pouring a lot of money from these donors into the athletics, not as much as the universities. I think there's a way to do both, but I'm going to stick to my point. It's just going to get worse before it gets better. Hopefully, it's only like one more season of it getting worse before it gets better. But yeah, as the names keep requesting more and more money, it does feel like we're going to get to a point where we have to take a few steps back and realize maybe we shouldn't just be paying these kids, as you pointed out, financial literacy. It's not that they're dumb. It's just because most kids at that age don't have great financial literacy. It's not like a education problem. It's like, that's a lot of money that they've never had before all at once. Don't mess it up.
Yeah.
And as a kid, you're probably not always as smart as with that money. Some are, a lot of them aren't. And I, just talking about myself, I don't even know if I'd be that smart. If I'm smart, I'm buying some real estate in Lincoln if I had that money. But again, you have to have some real training. And as these numbers just get bigger and bigger and bigger, does make you wonder how that's going to go. And then obviously, like, not all the programs are the same, right? Like the track students, you guys aren't getting paid football NIL numbers. Does that affect the dynamic between like the training table at all, or no? Is everyone pretty cool with it? That's not a real problem. That's just like a made up, talked about problem.
It's definitely a topic at training tables. I mean, like, you could see different people with different NIL deals. And we were talking about this as well. I mean, I feel football players, basketball players, and then the only exception I feel with volleyball is Nebraska, because Nebraska is such a good volleyball school. But I mean, it almost seems as it's really not even that performance based sometimes. I mean, it almost seems as girls who have model status and girls who are very attractive, and these brand owners and these company owners see these girls, and they're like, all right, we're gonna get her on through an NIL deal, but she's an athlete. We're gonna promote her as an athlete, but then her performance as an athlete maybe doesn't live up to that big of the hype, but she gets it just because she has a lot of followers, just because of TikTok and things like that. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's in college football, or not college football, in college in general with NIL, it almost seems, actually it's factual, that girls have more NIL deals than men. It's almost based upon looks. It's not performance based. And name, image, and likeness, yes, the image part of it is how you look, how you represent your university, how you do everything, etc. But at the same time too, I feel like that definitely is a problem, because like there's athletes who put their all into it, and let's say they don't promote themselves as a model, they're not posting every single day because they're putting their craft into their work. They're putting all their work into their craft. They're grinding. And then there's a person that's just worried about their looks all day. There's a person that just cares about how they look on social media, that goes crazy on media day, and then they get all the NIL deals, and the other person who actually cares about the sport is actually getting screwed financially. They're not getting any NIL deals because nobody even cares. Nobody even knows about them. So what's your thoughts on that? Because that is a topic that we always talk about. It's like, how is that fair?
Such a slippery slope, because the girls, make the money. Like, why wouldn't you? Like, it's smart, right? Like, if
I would.
the opportunity's there, you can make a ton of money because you have a ton of followers on Instagram, TikTok, whatever it may be. It's not their fault.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunate for the people that spend all their time on the craft and they don't have the
Get
Instagram
nothing in
followers. They're not getting the fashion deals, which is, that's a big part of the girls' NIL. Like, you make a lot of money on these fashion deals because you represent the university. A lot of girls look up to you, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
But yeah, it's tough. That's why I like the base pay.
Yeah.
Like, help everyone out with the base pay. And then if they're good enough to market themselves outside of that, you can't really change that. That's onto them. What the university is cool with on what they all want to sponsor and stuff, like, that's up to the university. But yeah, I mean, if you want to get your bag after, I think you can't do anything about that. Like, that's your ability to market yourself. Everyone's going to have different advantages when it comes to marketing themselves. That's just life. But if you can at least get a base pay, so that person who is spending all their blood, sweat, and tears on their craft, they still have something to fall back on. Exactly. Like, it's not nothing. It's not all that hard work doesn't go for nothing. They still have some money to take care of themselves.
I know. I mean, think about how hard it is to go professional in anything. I mean, obviously NFL is glorified. Track and field, it's not really glorified as much. I mean, Usain Bolt. Yeah, the USA is good at track and field. But besides that, outside of that, there is not many people that know a lot of professional athletes in the track and field world. And really any sport or other sports in general. I mean, volleyball, it almost is like, the peaks in college. There's not really much to do pro. I mean, you travel, you're on the U.S. team. But other than that, it's almost like it's capped off. I mean, it's very difficult to go professional in your sport. But, I mean, my analogy is this. Think about when you first got your driver's license and the first car that you ever drove. I mean, it probably was a pretty beat-up car. It probably only cost anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000. But if I gave you a Lamborghini as your first ever car, you are not going to be responsible with that Lamborghini. That is the same thing that is happening with NIL. You go from your parents' house to making $1 million and living alone within 1 year. It's a slippery slope, as Harrison mentioned before. So this was the Niko Project here on Sunday. I hope all of you guys enjoyed the show. Please go ahead and enjoy your Sunday and catch us next Sunday and then onward. Adios.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop